welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. First video of 2020, so I hope everybody had a real great new year. Nice to be back out in the garage. I say this is the first time. Obviously I recorded the pre-New Year one. There wasn't one on Christmas Day. There wasn't one on New Year's Day, so this is the Saturday after New Year. As you can see, the new t-shirt design has come through. Ordered myself a sample. Obviously I've got a jumper on underneath because it is quite chilly, but really pleased with how they've come out. Link in the description to my merchandise site, a range of t-shirts, different colours, different designs. This is the new design, my bike built my way. I am working on a new logo as well, to incorporate this slogan and the amateur bike builder, so hopefully that should be soon. But say it's taking some time to actually get the right design and how it looks on a t-shirt, but for now I've gone with this design. So as I say, link in the description below, you can go and get them there. I say literally this has only just come through, so quite pleased with it. I've gone with as I say, there is a range of colours. I've gone with the sapphire blue, but there is white, there's orange, there's pinks, there's greens, go and have a look. It's growing slowly, so it's something I do spend quite a lot of time working on. I did pop the design on Facebook a few weeks back, just to see what people thought, and quite a lot of positives came out of that. Quite pleased it's actually turned up and people can see it in the flesh of what it is. So I've even had comments from actually BMX and mountain bike riders as well, so if it appeals to that type of person, then that's great. But as I say, so pleased it's come. Not much has happened. As I say, I've taken some time off over Christmas, just to sort of recharge the batteries, as you do. So there's a lot of things on the bench that have been here for a few days really. These are all jobs that I'll be cracking into. Purpose of this video is I would like your feedback. It is important to me. I understand it's my channel and I kind of do what I want to do, but the viewers' feedback is also really, really important. It is second to none. So I'd like to know what you think of the channel. How has it felt in your terms of the viewer watching me on video? Is there anything I could do better? Have you been happy watching the videos? Is the content enjoyable? I've had a lot of feedback on Facebook, where I've tried to open my Facebook page a lot more, and it has started to work. People are starting to sort of talk. I've had, there's a gentleman called Cliff, Phil, Mark, lots of people are starting to engage, which is fantastic. A lot of you like the channel because I had one gentleman, as I said a few videos back, one gentleman said he likes the channel because it's kind of raw. I'm not trying to be anything other than what I am. It's basically filmed. I'm just a normal guy in a normal garage that most people own, tinkering with my bikes, but just documenting everything I do. But I still need to know what things you find enjoyable, what things you'd like to see, what things you don't see. I mean, I did a few videos back where I took you behind the scenes of the mundane really jobs that I get up to, the cleaning, the prep work. Obviously I can't run the ultrasonic cleaner while I'm videoing because the noise is too much. I have to be careful with the wire wheel because that is quite noisy as well. But it is basically, what things do you want to see? Are you interested in seeing everything? Because if so, I'll video everything. Or are there only certain parts that you're interested in seeing? I did get a bit worried at one stage where obviously with paint, I don't want to overindulge people with too much paint, but the comments I got back was, I actually quite enjoy it, or it's part of it. These are all important comments. I mean, the feedback I've had over the last year was phenomenal. It is fantastic, the amount of support and feedback I get. But I rely on you, the viewers, telling me, as I say, what parts you like, what parts you don't like. So I can grow, I can learn. I mean, I've even watched, I do watch some of my older videos just to recap and go back over and see how things have gone. I feel in myself I've become a lot more confident in front of the camera, where to start with, I suppose looking back I kind of cringe at some of the ones where it's like you wonder what to say, and you kind of rely on certain words that keep your train of thought going. Was one of my popular ones, unfortunately, and I got criticised a lot on that one. Or I'll use because or so. There you go, another But over the time I've been doing this, it's flowing a lot better. So I mean, as I say, I appreciate your feedback on that as well. Even with the editing, I try not to edit too much. I try and leave as much in as possible. If I make a mistake, or I'll leave it in. I watch a lot of other channels and get ideas of how that person comes across, how they speak. One of my favourites is probably Uncle Tony's Garage. He is as raw as you can get. He will leave everything in. If he stutters, if he makes a mistake, it's left in the video, which is fantastic, because that's kind of what appeals to me about him. He is just a normal guy dealing with older cars. I do watch, surprisingly enough, I do watch car videos. I'm not a great car fan, but I enjoy some of the in-depth, I suppose, how people adapt and learn to it. Not professionals, but amateurs. Two guys I do watch a lot of are Goon Squad. Now these are two, I think they're early 20s from America, Tennessee, I think. They learn as they go. They're adapting so fast and learning so much of what they do. And even though they're building cars, I can relate to it. So there are a lot of channels that I will flick through. As I say, the list is quite long, but to give you a brief one, as I say, obviously I watch Uncle Tony's Garage, I watch Goon Squad, I watch Doghouse Customs. Probably one of my favourites is nothing to do with vehicles whatsoever, and that's Casey Neistat. I love watching his stuff. The guy is an absolute genius, and I learn how he approaches and how he deals with a video. His editing is second to none. I'd love to be able to edit that brilliantly, but as I say, I try not to edit too much. I'll leave things in. But as I say, your input is really important. It means a lot. Obviously the channel has moved forward a great deal in the last year. This year I want to move it forward even further. The subscriber count is growing. I'm still small, but it is still growing. My next challenge is 5,000 subscribers. That I would love to get to, and then obviously beyond that is whatever happens. But I try and set myself tiny sort of milestone steps. I don't want to think, right, okay, I'm going to do X or Y in subscribers and views, and it's a slow process and it's building slowly. But recapping back, yeah, Facebook, I've done a lot of work on Facebook. I am on some of the social media sites. I do a lot of, as I've said before, I do a lot of forums. I talk to a lot of people. I was speaking to a guy the other day who is on the Hayabusa forum, a guy called Darren Dazza Lever, again a Busa owner. I've seen his stuff, he's seen my stuff, which is really nice. And we were basically discussing the limits and fine lines of customization into almost butchering, which does come into some of my thoughts, where you're talking about the likes of Dave Solomon, the bikes he's built, beautiful bikes, but they are not for the purists. Purists will be offended. But it's drawing that fine line of a customization to a butcher to a restoration. And as I was speaking to Darren the other day, he agreed that obviously with the Busa, yes, I'd done a sympathetic sort of custom, but you can still tell it's a Busa. I was telling him about the Z650 restoration, and he agreed with me. It's one of those bikes that deserves to be restored, not butchered, but probably only the B1, maybe a B2. After that, then yeah, probably people will mess around. But at the end of the days, my slogan kind of says it. It's I want to build the bikes for me in my way. I am learning. I've still got a long way to go. I say when I look at people like, well, Craig Jones, Doghouse Customs for a start, the guy's got so much experience. I learn a lot from him. You know, these are things that he's doing that I would love to be able to learn. Obviously, welding is one I would love to do. I have got an arc welder. I have done a little bit, but again, it is more practice, and hopefully over time I can get better at that. Polishing. I just picked polishing up really. I probably watched a couple of videos, I talked to a couple of people. I'm still learning, I still haven't got it perfected, but some of the results that I've come up with that people have seen are pretty good. And again, it's a learning process, it's a perfecting process, it's a lengthy process. It depends what limit you want of polished, whether you do just want a light polish, a light shine, or you want a heavy mirrored shine. It depends on the bike, it depends on how far you want to go with the wet and dry. I mean, as I've gone into it more, I am starting to go beyond 2,500 grit. I've got 5,000, I've got 7,000 grit. Obviously with a lot of the Busa that I did, there was a lot of polishing in that. A lot of it isn't mirrored, some of it is. It just depends, it's drawing a fine line. But the main thing I wanted to say was obviously your input onto future projects. I mean, I am looking at, after I've got the Z finished, obviously I need to go back onto the Varadero, as I've said, so that will be more of a maintenance, because that is my daily rider. But I haven't actually seen anybody do a Varadero restore or build or maintenance, so that will be interesting for any Varadero riders that are out there. As I said, mine's coming up for, well, it's on the 90,000 mile mark at the moment, so it's overdue. But the project after that will be, I'm looking at something Kawasaki based, something that's built for me, by me, for me, basically. But again, what would you like to see? I'm interested on your thoughts, your opinions. I know some of you are going to say it's up to you. I understand that, and it is, but I value your input. The people that have followed me from day one have put so much input into the channel, have helped me so much. You guys and girls have helped me grow. I've gained the confidence standing in front of a camera, which I would never do. In my early days, I never appeared in front of the camera at all. It's taken time, but slowly I've got more comfortable with staring at a camera and talking, and hopefully becoming more fluent in speech. So any comments in the comments box below, as I say, I appreciate every comment. I do reply to as many as I can. It may take me time. I've said this time and time again. It may take me time, but I will get back to you eventually. Obviously, I get comments outside of YouTube on primarily Facebook, and I get a few on my Patreon page. The guys that support me on Patreon, again, I can't thank you enough for all the help and support you've given me over the last year and looking forward into this year. It does mean a lot. You've been brilliant. So big thank you. But that's just about it for this episode. It was just a quick talk of ideas, comments, get us interacting more. As I say, I tried this on Facebook, it worked brilliantly. People are starting to interact more. Sometimes you just need to kickstart this off and then people will follow. And that's what I found, and I'm trying to incorporate that now into YouTube to get people talking more. Tell your friends, get your friends to have a look, and if anybody's interested, then join the channel, join us as a team. You know, I couldn't do this without you guys and girls on the end of the, well, being the viewers. Without viewers, I have nothing. I don't have a channel. So I rely on you people a lot to give me feedback, to give me ideas. As I said, I've had some great ideas from everybody over the last year. I'd like that to continue and grow. More ideas, more comments, more chat, more exchanging of knowledge. That's the important one, is knowledge, learning, which I find invaluable. So as I say, I hope that was helpful in a way. Please give me your views, give me your feedback, tell me what you think. Again, tell me what you think of the t-shirt. So far I've had really good feedback. A couple of sales on it, which is great. But let me know. As I say, some of the old designs that are in there I may get rid of. But again, have a look in the merchandise shop, let me know, tell me what you think, what would you like to see. I've only limited it at the moment to a basic t-shirt, a hoodie, a mug and a sticker in a couple of designs. Obviously there are, well, if you have a look through the site, there are more actual versions that you can do. There's like phone holders and socks and different kinds of style of t-shirts. Posters and canvases, etc. So I really appreciate your ideas. Hopefully next episode I would have got most of these carburetor parts finished, so I can start to look at rebuilding the carbs. I haven't had a delivery obviously over the Christmas period. I'm still waiting for a few bits. I'm going to look at trying getting the head and the valves back together, so that will be coming up. As soon as the other parts arrive, we can start actually on the engine. To say all the parts have literally just sat on the bench under towels, just covered up. The valves are ready to go, the pistons are ready to go. I've still got to clean the surfaces to put the gaskets on. Obviously join the two halves of the engine together because they're still split. So I need to actually get some sort of like sealant, so I can put the two halves together. There is a diagram in, I believe, one of the manuals, but I'll dig that out at the time so we can hopefully get the engine back together. The front end of the Z650 will be coming back out, and then I can lay the frame. I found it easier to put the engine on the side, lay the frame over, bolt it in place. There's still a few bolts to do, there's still a few brackets to do, so I'll get them done. But again, let me know if you want to see me do these, how I refurb them up, as I showed you in a video just before Christmas, of the basic process of taking them from as they are. If you want to see the process, let me know and I'll take you through it. Obviously they need to be painted as well, so there'll be more paint coming up. But as usual, links to other videos top left and top right, and join me again next time. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Bye.